In Jerusalem's streets, prophets spoke, some true, others twisting lies, and people wavered between faith and doubt. On the Mount of Olives, Jesus warned his disciples that false prophets would rise and deceive many. In the temple, teachers in fine robes performed false wonders, stirring cheers and fear, while a few whispered caution. By the Sea of Galilee, Peter felt the burden of guarding the flock as rumors of deceivers spread. Paul told the elders of Ephesus that wolves would distort truth to draw disciples away. Timothy, young and eager, listened, holding sacred scrolls with resolve to stay faithful. In the marketplace, a false prophet raised his arms, amazing the simple while children hid in fear. Moses recalled Korah's rebellion, when the deceived were swallowed by the earth. Jeremiah wept, warning of lying prophets promising peace, mocked by those who preferred lies. Pharisees in long robes plotted in secret, proud while pretending righteousness. By the river in exile, Ezekiel saw false shepherds feeding themselves and scattering the sheep. On Patmos, John wrote of beasts from the sea, dark powers deceiving nations. Golden idols were lifted in the square, people bowing as children looked confused. Jesus warned of wolves in sheep's clothing, predator eyes hiding among grazing flocks. A mother held her child close, trembling at tales of deceivers in the villages. Isaiah saw flatterers praising kings while rejecting God's word. A prophet thundered from a platform, the crowd torn between awe and doubt. Young John asked Jesus, who assured him truth would endure. Jezebel, clothed in purple and gold, led men to idols with seductive words. Elijah on Mount Carmel called fire on the altar as Baal's prophets trembled. Children played in dusty streets, overhearing men argue which prophet was true. Daniel stood in Babylon, refusing idols though threatened by advisors. Crowds followed a false messiah, charisma leading them to ruin. An elder warned his grandson about deceivers, the boy's eyes wide with fear. Peter wrote by lamplight, warning believers of false teachers bringing destruction. A false prophet exchanged coins with greedy eyes, followers tempted by silver. Paul in Athens declared truth as philosophers debated before their idols. Jesus told of wheat and tares, both growing until harvest when truth is revealed. John saw a beast with horns deceiving kings, nations bowing in darkness. A faithful remnant prayed in secret, light shining in their unity. False prophets shouted in the square, stirring mobs against the righteous. An angel appeared with a sword of light, guarding the faithful as deceivers cowered. Jesus returned on clouds of glory, nations trembling, the faithful rejoicing. At judgment, God's throne blazed, false prophets cast away, the faithful entering his kingdom.